I was saying that you guys are muted at the moment while I was muted at the moment. You guys are still muted. Um, so obviously John's here. And I was getting nowhere, and I'll explain as we go. And I started off trying Delphi 11, switched to 12, switched back to 10, and I was giving the same thing of not recognizing the tools API, right? But
Have you tried system.tools API?
well, I think these are not necessarily in the right order here, but anyway, I'll go through the order that I tried it the first time, like it says here. Um, I I've got it recording at the moment, by the way, so just
Yeah,
letting
yeah,
you know.
cool.
Because we kind of started again from scratch, and so this says to add a new unit called Hello World Expert. So yeah, we're gonna add a new
You
unit.
have to share your screen.
Oh, did I stop sharing? Sorry. Uh,
Is it just us? Is anyone else here?
just us.
Okay, cool.
Um,
So what are you trying to achieve? I
uh,
mean, you said you want to make a hello world, but was it a hello world
a Hello
unit?
World plugin for the IDE. So,
Oh, that's right. You wanted to do a plugin. I forgot about that.
so hopefully it'll be appear as a menu item, and when we scroll come down and click it, um,
Hmm.
It'll be on the tools pull down.
and that will just get like a window. I'd be happy with that for a start, sort of thing.
Well, I am not sure that's how you would do it because they probably would use because it's a hello world, it's probably going to be a show dialogue. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to get my other glasses so I can see. I might get my tablet actually.
Sure. Um,
So we're using Teams, right?
Zoom.
Zoom. Okay. Tablet shows Zoom. Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to rename this unit we've added to Hello World Expert. And I'm not even actually clear on if there's a difference between an expert and a plugin and all that sort of thing.
Um, I've forgotten the terminology, quite frankly. So an expert, wizard. What a wizard is?
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, well, there's that kind. But yeah, a wizard is, when you, for example, do an installation, you go next. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
check some box next. That's called a wizard, right?
yeah.
An expert is in that domain of concept, whereas a plugin, BPL, that's a different domain of concept. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I mean that makes
So
that
that,
perfectly fits my expectations. I just didn't know how to distinguish them in particular, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. See if I can make it a sense of this, because, as I said, I've done that sort of, I've worked with what's it called, the things, packages quite a lot in the past. So yeah, I can find that. Let's see if that's room
Well,
here.
it encourages.
Hang on. This is in the email, doesn't it? So I should probably just go to the emails and find it.
So it's given us text for the unit, and I'm going to paste that in there, and we get a world of error messages, right? It says it doesn't know what the Tools API is, which is that's got to be a concern, right?
Um,
And this is what was
yeah. Again, try prepending the system dot. So it becomes system dot tools API.
Yep.
well,
There's a number of things that
No, no, yeah. System.
Start.
We needed this one and we need this one.
Yeah, also for Tools API, hey?
Yep.
Well, I've looked on I
Correct.
don't think Tools API does. I think it's on the
Try it.
laptop system actually.
Okay.
Try it.
Right.
Yep. If you go system dot
Yep.
T,
It will.
Okay, just delete that one, and then
There's
don't worry about that because I don't trust Delphi's code completion always.
Yeah.
So no, just system.tools API.
I've already looked across a bunch of repos on GitHub and it's just Tools
But
API.
try
So.
compiling it. Don't worry about the red line. Just,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you have.
Well, we're starting again. So yeah, no, it says it doesn't know about Tools API. But
Okay, so put system.tools API and then try compiling. Ignore everything else.
sure.
Just try that. And now build.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have been a little way down this track. So
Yeah,
the
that's fair
next
enough. I just wanted to confirm.
yeah, absolutely. The next step, okay, it says update your package requirements and add in design IDE, right? And
Okay, so which Delphi are you using? You're using 11?
11
Yes.
for this, so I've tried this at 10, 11, and 12, and they were all doing the same thing. It was like, oh, that's interesting. Um, but and I tried literally exactly what I'm typing here now, and any number of times it made no impact, except when I started again with a completely fresh package, and it added it perfectly fine. So, and now it has. It's added it. It wasn't adding it before. It was just getting nothing over here, and I was also seeing a difference between the errors for 32-bit and if we do it for 64-bit, boom, gone. Gone.
Oh, there we go.
No errors.
Look at that.
Go back to 32. Okay, now it's happy though. Well, actually, I don't know if it is or so.
Golly, that's not
Oh,
pretty.
that's right. Now I remember you said it for 64 to work. Yeah, okay.
Compile and
Boom, failed.
it's saying it can't find the package, right? um, this is something. Let's try 32-bit. Project compile. And it's saying,
Oh, wait, you know what it may be? So is it working for 32 and not for 64-bit? Or the other way around?
well, 64-bit is the code. What do you call it? Oh, sorry.
The platform, the target,
I could have just moved the whole the language server or whatever that
yeah.
code inside, I suppose, is happy.
All right.
But when we compile it, it says it doesn't know about this package. In 32-bit, the code inside is extremely unhappy. Oh, this shouldn't be system.dialog. Sorry, should be VCL. Maybe that's all our problem is. I stumbled over my own.
Mhm.
Yeah, that Tools API is okay now.
So that might let's see if this thing
Okay.
is not complaining about the
The Windows, go to Windows, Managers.
No, yeah, see here it's just Tools API straight.
Yep.
actually I don't think 64-bit makes any sense because it's a 32-bit IDE, right?
That's what I was getting at, but
Right.
yeah, didn't waste myself far enough.
Sorry. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I've been all over the place just to get back to this point. I mean, I only started at 5 p.m. but,
version 11?
10.
You've got version 12 there, don't you?
I've got 10 there. Well, yeah. Want, yeah.
Okay,
I
sure.
have I have 12, I have 10, 11, and 12 here. I started with 11 so as not to mess with the 12, figuring that we'd start again with the 12. But
Shall we?
I think
Jump on?
the issues that we have here are just going to be like the things we just normally have to clean up on for being you know, for employing AI, possibly. Um, so we've done step 4 and add the unit to, well, we already add the unit to the package. Build and install. Uh, will it build? No, because we got these errors to check out. And test the plugin. So we're going to feed some of these errors, I guess, back to the big brain. Can we copy from here? No, I think that's something they're going to fix in 13. So incompatible types. How are we getting Boolean? That seems like something misunderstood. This is supposed to be a string,
One parameter too many or one too little.
an action, a team menu item, and a Boolean. Okay, so it's doing very incorrect thing here. So I'm just going to copy that, put it down here, and say I don't know, this line, and paste it in is not how add action menu works. And see what it comes up with. Is not how. Oh, by the way, this is Claude the desktop app, but it might actually look better.
My girlfriend had a cat called Claude.
Oh, yeah.
Because she got Claude or because
It's a good name.
um
Two cats now called Monty and Carly, as in Monte Carlo. But anyway, that's off point, off time.
have you used Claude for anything?
No, I usually use just Google search AI, but I've also used. Oh, what's the other one? What's the best one for programming? For giving solutions? Okay.
Well, people have liked Claude, but other people reckon well, Gemini's got a larger context window, much larger context window apparently, and John Assendon, the guy doing Cortex, is in favor of Grok. So does this look like this was thelloworldexpert.create before? And so you can't really like this, it doesn't really make it clear here what's changed from this actually.
Look here, because I'm not seeing the.
But but Claude on the website can show us a nicer way by putting the code off to the side. So I'll ask it this question again. Um,
When did you send out the last Delphi the reminder for tonight?
this morning, like 7 a.m.
Oh, that seems to have it. Okay.
Um,
Oh, that's why it's been looking at all sorts of ones.
can you split the code off
There we
to
go.
the side, please? There we go. So this is how the I don't think the desktop app does it. So we'll close that. But this is how
Oh, sorry.
oh
Sorry, hello.
hello. I muted Frank's computer just then. You're both muted at the moment. Both sources are muted at the moment. Oh,
Who's it over on the right?
that's
There, mine, I'm muted and silenced, so I'm no longer a problem.
okay.
Oh, that's another camera on Peter.
Peter's laptop. That's Peter's laptop.
Oh no, my tablet, yeah.
Oh, tablet. Um,
I won't
yeah,
swallow this tablet, it's a bit too, it won't fit in my throat.
I was just showing that if you go to the Claude website, you can get the like sort of chat on the one side and the code on the other side, and when it fixes things up, it'll do it in place on the right hand side. So if we asked it to like rename like please rename the the main class to Fred Jones. Um,
That's better. Just switch the audio.
do the
He Fred Jones.
but it'll
Yeah,
do it'll do all the edits. The
Oh, yeah.
it's good, eh?
um,
So I found a,
it's usually quicker than this, but I guess it's zooming at the same time.
Zoom, 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 zoom. It is, works,
Sorry, I was
works.
just
quick.
checking. Please undo.
Okay, let's just have a look at, Frank's got his package up and running. I also have a link. So rather than using AI, I've got someone actually making, who's actually made a good old fashioned web page that with instructions.
You want it?
Container footage.
So this is probably a better, yeah.
I'm just we can certainly share your screen. I'm just trying to see if what it changed was supposed to oh, I see we scrolled down a bit. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to see if it was supposed to replace the whole so it doesn't have a create and destroy anymore at all, actually.
I've just sent a link that is probably more reliable than AI.
In the chat, is that
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Chat.
I haven't read it, but it looks like it's more.
I think this might be components that are already written though.
Yeah, but just inherit from T object or something like that, or T component or something. It may also be that those are base components, like base classes that the IDE knows how to talk to, so they may be necessary anyway. Does it make sense?
Mm,
So, like a menu item, for example, might need to be of a certain base class so that Delphi can know how to talk to it.
Create new package. Add components. See, this is bringing in components as well.
Just back up a little bit. Select the BCL as a platform for the component.
Yeah, I think this might be complecting thing a little extra step though. Right, I'm just gonna take all this and see what it makes in here. So now
Hey, that here is the
Oh.
well down too, and what?
we lost some of our changes here. VCL, and technically system. Identifier redeclared.
153.
Well, we don't need. This unit was.
Oh, you got type hello world expert up here. Keep going up.
Yeah, it's the name of the unit.
Yeah.
So this variable will have to be called something. I don't know. Underscore. Maybe I should have renamed the unit with the underscore. Let's rename this one. Why is my all right? And then
Not on down here.
well, this is adding a wizard and removing a wizard, and it thinks this is a. Well, let's just tell it incompatible types.
Is it?
You got it?
Word. Word. Word.
Is that a plugin for Delphi as well?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
word.
Frank's got it.
Easy, easy.
All right.
Yep.
You want to get Frank to share his screen? He can show.
Yeah, just
And that's a plugin for the. Oh, it is too.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You want to share your screen?
yeah, just a second. I want to see what it says.
Sweet.
What did we do down here? What did we have before?
Good word. Easy.
Cool. It ought to be.
It's
So
two,
yeah.
two particulars there.
The add wizard method.
Yeah, so any WS edits and WS strings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, when you're done, Frank can demo, I think.
That would be great. That would be excellent.
Okay.
I just think we might have something compiling in a sec. So,
Yeah.
or will we? Dun dun dun.
Step away.
All right, I'll just save this where it is and let's change to your screen.
Okay,
You can, oh, I'll stop sharing.
yeah. All right. So, Frank, just mouse here and then share there, and then you're doing it on that one.
Yep.
There we select that screen. Yep, done. So now they can see your screen. So if you can, do you want to start from
Okay,
afresh, or do you want
start
to?
there, go to file, there
Yep.
first, go down here, new, and here, package,
Yep.
right? There, that one, and as soon as you get that, it'll open up into there, and you
Do it,
get,
do it.
Okay.
Make a package two.
okay, new,
Do you want to say
yes,
package?
yep,
Sure.
okay, so there it is there. Go in here now, and save package as to wherever you want it to go.
Yep.
Right, you got there to do that, okay. And that's all it is there. And that is there now with that. It's all doing it there. Now what you do there, you have that,
Okay.
right? Add. Now you want to either those ones or you make a new one, which you would,
Okay, hang on. So this is in. All right.
right, or you can have a new, make add new
Yep.
there, or you can add one like
Yeah.
that, right?
So which ones do we need?
Okay, they're the ones you want to there. Okay, we'll go back to what we're there now and what we just did.
So then you have WS edits.
Okay, here it is. And there it is there. Okay, edit. And that's your one there. So those three are not working now,
Okay.
right?
But how do you, so is that ready to be compiled?
Yep. And that goes in there like that. Thing there.
What's in your sorry, after you I'll ask in a sec.
To there. And here, register. You have to have that fella in here to that, because that'll come in down to here then.
In your different Delphi components in the IDE, right?
Yep.
Oh, but that's how you make a new component of control.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
But how do you do want to
Component, so
extend the
looking at here,
IDE?
like a grid or
It'll
a
be something very similar.
It is very similar.
I've
um
done it. I just don't
I can't
remember
remember how to do it.
You
a
can.
button or a menu or yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
So this is what Frank has made a he's got registered components. So it's a package. And I think this might be so what's in your require as you so you've probably also got design IDE in your requires too, I suppose.
Yeah, do you have your
In,
can
in
you do without that the tools API? Are you able to?
Which one?
No, I mean Paul, can if he took out tools API, would it work?
well we're not making a component, but in this requires where Frank's got now. I was just wondering what you've got in there.
Not what we're looking for. And making, yeah.
The way of doing it, I can't remember how it's done now. Yeah.
Can we have a look at the requires section of your project, please?
Which one? This one?
On the right-hand side, where it's got the package, down the bottom, it's got requires. Is that okay? Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
RTL and VCL.
Yeah. There's two. Yeah.
So ours is using Design IDE, which I think is like, to add to the actual IDE itself. So what does this component do, Frank?
And this one here is strings. Look at these things like trimming. Okay, they're old ones. These can take off now.
Oh,
But here's just extra end and extra car. Things like that.
it's a non-visual component, maybe?
This one is, yes. This one
Right,
is.
right.
But all
It's
that
like
sort
a
of thing.
library of functions.
Yep, like there. Integer string to different types like that.
Gotcha.
Make the right thing for you straight away. So no, there's about the thing there, zeroed and like that. Get a bit instead of bit on something like that. See,
Yep.
was there dates, um, range of grids, grid, yep, like that. Not new, but at yep, clear, create VDI, yep.
And what's the advantage of a package, Frank?
Well, you can go through any of that sort of thing here, like it's now. So you can work it out to DVI. It works it out the way to do it. There's different ways of doing it like that. Or the colour, different types of colouring there for types of that thing there. Other ones you go coming up to everything like that
But for
for
dates and stuff.
dates and things like that. Yeah, so you all these things here that you want at different times. Yep, yep.
And
Some
and
of these
does,
are old now, but yeah.
and a package acts kind of like a DLL, is that right or is that wrong?
Well, you use it a lot of times. I use this a lot here. We see string now. We've got that there now, but before, you didn't do it properly. Yeah. So you
What what is
probably have to.
what does the code look like that uses the package,
Oh, a lot of the,
Frank?
a lot of the time. Um, Here we are.
You just add the package
Yeah, little
to the
kind of, yeah,
project or something?
yeah, that's right. Yep,
Okay.
comma. So you can do that sort of thing there.
Oh, that's what requires is, right? Because these things are
Yeah,
packages, aren't they? Or are
yeah,
they? DCP.
yeah.
LP compile package.
We'll trim there for that one. To do that. That's one there. Well, yeah. So that I think we have trim now got right and left. It's only the last few packages that we've actually got that in. Before that, they didn't have it.
Yeah.
So I did this 20 years ago on these,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, and things like that. They're how we're doing it. Few spaces like that. Moving like the thing. go into that sort of thing, yep. Last word is a thing. It's the last word of a text.
Mm-hmm.
It's a handy one. And you realise that it's all these here there. But there's Y. So you had to the left or right, you can move it right or left and things like that for things. There's a lot of these things. If you can have this one, yeah.
So
The
that's
string, yeah,
going to end.
yeah.
I think I have some pretty clear instructions I wouldn't mind trying to see. I don't have my laptop really. I actually reformatted it. I'm just using my tablet at the moment, so there's no Delphi on here. It's Android. But I have some instructions here that are much clearer, which I think will work, which is how to make a Delphi plugin to an expert. So when Frank's finished,
Yep.
let him finish first.
Okay. Well, here we are. Hint to hex.
Into X,
Yeah, hint to hex, yeah. To
character.
char. Hit to char. Take a look at that thing there. Yep. So all of these things like that.
And when this thing gets built, what files does it create?
Yeah, okay, we'll leave that now. Yeah, get another one. Okay, here. Okay, there. And go down to the bottom.
Yes, it thought.
Wow. Look at that. We're all four programmers. Here's a cup.
It's got
That's
an
just
ensuite bathroom.
colour.
Get most of them.
Look how grayscale we are, and then there's this one blue cup.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. Did it wrong, sorry. Then install. You have to do that.
Yes.
Right, there it is. Now we can now find close all.
So Frank just built this and installed it into Delphi.
Yep. Now,
Well, into the Delphi, like the path.
okay, here we are now. And now,
He's down here now.
aha, here we are. There it is, see that?
And there's even more than that, right, Frank? Because some of it's just
Yeah, right.
functionality, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're there already. Yep.
And what's the unit names for that W strings, right? That was,
Yeah.
and you just uses W strings and that's all you
That's
need?
it. Yeah, it's all there. Yep, said the whole lot.
Yeah.
Easy.
And it will happen automatically if everything is on the path.
Yep.
Like if the paths are correctly.
And
Say,
here,
correct.
and go in there,
There's WS edit already.
and it's
You won't even need to do that.
oh, right. Oh,
So what needs to happen is that if you want those things available only at compile time, so they get compiled in, then they need to be in the DCUs at least, need to be in the DCUs.
Correct.
The library paths and stuff.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
If you don't want to recompile them all the time, which I advise you shouldn't. But then also remember you'll want a 32-bit and 64-bit version of the DCUs. So you want two paths. If you want that to be a runtime package, I advise against that unless you use only runtime packages. So packages should be either all of them runtime packages or none of them runtime packages. I can go into that if you like, but so like this is not a runtime package, this is a compile time package. And this is what we normally use.
I've heard some discussion before about, I don't know, one file can be runtime and compile time in the same, whether you should separate them or not, and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if you want to talk about it, great. That'd be
okay. So
you don't know, yeah, if you're ready to talk about it, then
well,
please.
I need to sit down with a Delphi and sort of make sure I don't break anything off Frank. So I'd rather use my own VM for that. So I can do that next time. Look, next month I'll be in Sweden. It'll be afternoon for me, or maybe not even that. It'll be early afternoon for me, around noon. So it's comfortable time. So in other words, it won't be a problem. I can show you guys next month, and then I can show you. So the thing is, like when I first started making runtime packages, so what I wanted to do was, you know how have you ever heard that I like to make modular programs? Right?
I heard that somewhere very recently, even.
So what I like is when you have an application, you can make new BPLs, for example, and you compile a new one, and you don't need to do anything other than just put it into the bin file, and you've just expanded your program. You don't need to modify anything.
Right.
You don't need to add, register anything. You just put it in there, it just works. And you can do that. But what you find, but what happens is that if you have, so when you compile a binary, whether it's an XC or a BPL or a DLL, makes no difference. If you have something, and this is what I discovered with T-color. T-color is a data type. It's just an integer, right? Yeah. I mean, really, that's what it is. 2 bytes for red, 2 bytes for green. You know, it's like a
Yep.
So then what happened was I compiled that, and then I had my XC, and then I had my little plugin binary, and it used the same library. It's types or something like that. I can't remember the types unit where T color is defined. Now both the BPL or DLL, I can't remember which one of those, doesn't matter, and the XC both refer to it and both compile that in. But in Delphi, it actually does type checking. So it goes, oh, the T color in the binary, is that the same type as the one from the package? Oh no, that is a different T color, because that T color type is compiled into the DLL or BPL. So it goes, oh no, T color is not the same type as T color.
Yeah,
we know they're the same.
I had that same sort of problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to same thing. There was a difference between them, and so now whenever I'm using color, I don't use integer. I use T color.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, if you use runtime libraries, your binary will be bigger, because see, when Delphi compiles, it works out exactly which functions and objects are used and which ones aren't, and it filters away all the stuff you don't use. All that code is just doesn't include in the binary, right? So only boils down to what you use, and you get one massive binary, one big executable, and they get bigger for each version, you know, all that jazz. But if you do runtime libraries, when you build a library, a package, the compiler can't know what program, which units in there other programs are going to use. So it just builds a whole damn thing, which means if the initial footprint will be larger because you have the entire Delphi libraries, like the Delphi libraries in their entirety, as runtime plugins. But what can happen is if you have multiple applications that use the same set of libraries, they can just refer to that same set of libraries, and yeah.
And then you'd have to hope for the linker to
do
any stripping out before it gets to an exe, maybe.
No, it's not about the linker in the compiler. It's just at runtime. The different programs need to know where to find that. So if they are all in the same directory, or if the packages, the DLLs or BPLs, are on the search path, either way, fine. Because then the binary loads up and goes, oh, I need this package. And it just goes for the search path and goes, yep, found it. I'll load that one up, done. Right?
Yep.
So,
okay. DLL separate to the exe. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is then, if you want to do plugins, the unit types will be in the package called system.bpl, or no, was it run DLL or something like that? I can't remember, or like runtime BPL, or I don't remember what it's called. It was many years ago since I looked at that. But basically, that library that contains tcolor, for example, there's only one place it's been compiled in, one, and it's that BPL. So all these other binaries, all these other executables and packages and whatever, they all load that one package that contains, for example, tcolor. So when they refer to tcolor, they're all referring to the same one, the one that's in that binary. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep. It looks like they're in a bin directory.
Does that all have I lost you?
No. Yeah, I see what.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
in C++, I think they've got a one. I can't remember exactly the one true definition. Like any particular um data structure or data type is required by the compiler to be declared only in one place.
Yeah, that's right.
You.
So it's like that. So you don't have the situation that that John and I had, where you have tcolor defining one binary and tcolor defining another binary, and because they're in two different binaries, they're two different tcolors because they're in different memory addresses.
Yeah.
You have the one package with a tcolor, and everything just uses that. So you don't have a conflict anymore. Now that's very important, because when you're then going to do plugins in like an application that then does plugins, what you do is you make an interface, for example, say, one that gives you, and I've got an example right here, that's actually Delphi. That actually gives you a Delphi expert. So we can run through these instructions. I'll give you the instructions, and then you should be able to make a Delphi expert, I'm hoping. But this does basically that. So I want, for example, the readable name of it, and maybe an icon, why not? And then the functionality, for example, maybe it shows a window or something like that. So you have an interface, and you want that common interface, but you can't compile that interface into both the binary and each of the packages saying, oh yeah, we all know what this interface is, because even though it's the same .pas unit, it's compiled into each binary, so that at runtime, the Delphi application goes, oh no, the IMI plugin is not the same as, is incompatible with IMI plugin. Same as tcolor is incompatible with tcolor. So you can't do that. So what you need to do is you make a really tiny package call that only contains that interface.
Right.
It's a minute one. All your main application and all the packages all use that one. So it's defined in one single place. It's a tiny one. But that way, they have a common way of communicating to each other. So each package then uses that, each plugin package uses that interface package, implements the interface in their objects, and then say registers them themselves using some code in the package, whatever. And then the binary just says, okay, I want all these packages to load up. I don't know what they are. They all have this file extension or whatever it is. Just load those up as BPLs. There's some file filter, and then they get loaded up. And then because you have that common interface, you now get a collection of these objects. One of those, say, per package, perhaps one or two per package or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And then the main application goes, okay, great. I now have all these plugin objects I can now use. I know how to talk to them through that common interface or common class, if you like. But for all these other base types, like T color is a base type, really, the same principle applies again. You have your T run DLL or no run Delphi 32 or whatever it's called has to also, or everything has to be runtime DLLs for the same reason. But that way you can then get these plugins and you just when you write a new plugin, you implement that interface, put it in the directory, and then it just gets loaded up along with all the rest, and you've suddenly expanded your application.
And is this also the situation where if you sort of you've written six of these things, but for whatever reason there's only three in that directory at the time you run the application, it's perfectly fine with that. It just says such and such is not available.
It just says I found these three.
Right.
The other three, I wasn't looking for those. I just found three of them in the directory. Depending on how you do your search. I mean, if you're searching for specific names of libraries, well, yeah, you're gonna have a problem then because you're limited. But if you just say all these libraries have the name and then dot a special something and then dot BPL, for example, then you know all the packages, so star dot special filter dot BPL, all of those, I want to load those ones. I want to try them.
Yep.
You try loading them up and then it'll sort of yeah, you say, okay, you register your special objects, and then yeah, it should work. So it doesn't, the main application doesn't even know that there are six of them, supposedly. It
right.
just takes whatever it finds and just installs them. Actually, there's another way you can do it, which you don't even need a file filter. You say, does this register method exist? If it does, run it. And the register method then goes and registers the components. That's a tidier way of doing it.
Right. And you don't get any report saying such and such file missing.
Nope. They're just there. So that's a system that used to be used sometimes for some applications, whereby if you if you activated or like registered your application, then they would send you more of the BPLs. So your shareware version couldn't be hacked because you didn't even have those BPLs in the first place, or those DLLs or whatever. But then when you registered, then they'd send you the rest of the application.
Right. Gotcha.
So do you want to try this? This experts creating an experts plugin?
I'm whatever you're
Yep.
100%.
Because that's what you're trying to do now. Yeah, okay. Do you want to share your screen?
My screen or your screen?
Yours. I'll let you do it because I don't know Frank's what Frank's state here.
Okay.
Creating a new project or something like that, or just creating new, whatever. You create a new DLL.
Hang on, let me
Yeah,
just
ELL will do it.
is not
No, I haven't tested this, of course, but it looks right to me. So, do you want me to guide you?
What do you want?
yeah, I was just giving the our AI friend one more crack um before I put it to bed.
Hmm.
Mm.
You have there remove wizard, hello wizard. It should hello world expert. It should probably be T hello world expert because you're adding a wizard by type. Yeah, there you go.
And let's just gonna see if this compiles. Okay. All right. Well,
Oh no, I see there. Oh, sorry. I got that wrong. Yep, nope, it's cool.
oh no, there was an error before. I was just asked it for the second time to correct it. And I wonder if we can install this thing. What are we in? Red Studio 11. I don't generally use 11, so I can give it a chance. I
Hmm.
don't know where I've no actually not sure where it should pop up. Uh, well, it's been installed somewhere.
Yes.
Uh, oh,
Right.
look, tabs. Hello, Will. Oh no, that's just the program, right? Presumably. We gotta close. We gotta close it.
No, go back. No. That's it. Yeah, that's it. To get ID string. So you've got hello world. Okay, you click that.
This is just tabs that are open.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I got excited too. So I'm just gonna close everything and see if I can see somewhere in our IDE that we've added something.
No, you haven't registered it.
Or maybe we'd have to restart. I don't know if it would appear down here. Either way, we had to, as soon as this comes back in, we can go ahead um, with your nefarious plan. I can minimize.
Yeah, Delphi should automatically detect and load the plugin at startup, provided it can help it. It can find it. Yeah.
I don't think I see anything. Well, we had a compile and an install, so like that's
So
better than we had it.
that's probably compiled into your My Documents folder or something, or some stupid place like that. It likes to do that.
We'll find it out at some future point.
Okay. All right.
Um, does it matter what version we're using? We're just going to keep using what we got.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, go ahead.
All right, create a new project.
Like Delphi BCL or console or
No, make a package.
package, right? Yeah, of course.
Okay, now save it to somewhere where we know we can find them.
Yep. Ugh. Yeah. We are going to. The hell's that? Projects. Where'd we go? Test.
That was probably where your other package ended up, by the way.
Open tools. Test 3.
Hey,
Yeah, instead of Claude, it'll be Peter.
Peter, yeah. Older Peter.
Mm.
Yes, Peter.
I don't know about that. This is a Google thingy. Okay.
All right.
All right. So now, um, oh, hang on. We made a BPL. We should probably make a DLL. Sorry. I wasn't clear about that. Sorry, I made a mistake. Go and delete the thing. Sorry. Sorry,
No,
sorry, sorry.
doesn't matter because we just I mean use the same directory file.
Yeah.
You what other DLL?
Yeah,
Dynamic library.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
And save project as uh anything you want to call it in particular?
test me. I don't know. My ex. Hurt, maybe. My ex, maybe my perhaps bad feng shui.
My test
Project X.
DLL. How's
Okay.
that?
Yeah, sure. The text is a bit small to read on the screen, so
All right, sure. Oh, do you want me to well, I
make
could change the whole resolution or I can just
you can just continue. Yeah, that's fine. Whoa, yeah. I mean, it's all the other little things as well. Okay, so that's cool. Now your users, it needs to we need to implement an interface, but what we do, um, yeah, why don't we look instead of making new units, we'll just do it here. This is fine. We don't care about making new units. So in the users clause there,
mhm.
let's add a unit called EXPT as an expert, uh, INTF as an interface, .PAS.
Oh,
No, not .PAS, just
yep,
comma. Sorry.
yep.
Is that recognized?
No.
Okay, build. Anyway, I don't care. Build it and see whether it works. No? Okay, try the changing platform.
To 64
Sure.
and same again you want?
Yeah. Because if this doesn't work, there's no point in continuing.
So this is what we're expect is it's meant to be standard in Delphi, right?
Yeah, because that they're supposed to have an interface. Oh no, it's actually a class called TIE expert. No, TI expert as a T interface expert. And then you have a whole bunch of these. Oh, hang on. Am I getting this wrong? You need to. I'm wondering.
I've been sitting here getting stuff wrong all day, so EXPT interface Delphi.
Could you just right click the project thingy at the right, the project my test DLL?
Right click, yep.
Yeah. And then compile build code here, run, show add new, browse random.
Can you read the text?
Yeah, it's very pixelated. So remove file, remove project.
Google has a thing.
Bring it back, bring it
Oh,
back.
sorry.
Uh, let's just go to add new.
Yep.
No, okay. No, sorry. We'll have to search for that. I don't know. I'll have to look it up
Well, we have
next
this
month.
is the Stack Overflow. Um, and somewhere down here, someone said
That's the I expert I'm referring to there. That's it.
TI expert was replaced with a new hierarchy of interfaces derived from, and
Okay.
I think they're in the tools. I think this is in the tools API. Um,
Okay, go right click this. I mean, yeah, go into this one. You see how that's
I can't see what you're pointing to, Frida.
no, all right. So those two lines you were just reading out. The
Yes.
second line, yeah, and there's a link where it says this one. Go to that
Right.
link, and that may actually have.
This is David Foyle, I think, possibly Hoyle, David Hoyle, maybe. You know, who did a lot of tools API stuff. It is talking about wizards. Where
Yeah.
the old hang on, let's what am I looking for? Control. Where the old API required you to derive a class from TI expert, the new API has you implement one or more interfaces. Your wizard must implement IOTA wizard. See, like an add-in, like there's wizard already as a concept. Now we've got add-in wizard, and like I don't have a clear understanding like what that is.
And then
And
there's a menu wizard
oh yeah,
So
menu
and
wizard.
a standard wizard.
There's so much about this. I mean, maybe I should have. I mean, David gave us a presentation about it. Do we want to watch that?
uh,
I mean, I started this whole
okay.
misadventure by asking Claude and
Go,
looking like we had a simple
yeah.
solution.
Go back to the previous page, and then there's the next link after that because
Official
that's like
documentation.
official documentation. Yeah. Oh, that's not code for the wizard Delphi. I don't want to look at code. Scroll down, see if there's anything there. I don't think so.
Uh,
What's below the README?
the README?
Just scroll down the page. You're at the top of the page. It's quite a long page.
No, no, we're at the bottom.
In that case, this hasn't updated because I'm seeing the tab GitHub code for Delphi.
Oh, did I share a window instead of the? You're seeing GitHub.
Oh no, wait. I'm looking at no. Oh no, sorry. Sorry.
Oh,
I think what's happened is that Frank's screen is showing something different.
mhm.
Sorry. Okay, I'm looking at mine now. Extending the IDE using the Tools API. Oh, that makes much more sense. 12.3 release. This is what we should be reading. This is exactly what we should be reading. It's up to date. It is official documentation. It's not
Well,
generated by AI. This is the thing.
but
Create
as a counter argument, well, I guess this post was back in 2013,
Yeah,
but it was suggesting that the official documentation sucks, or somebody was up here.
yeah, fair enough. But go back to let's have a look. Oh well, it may, but when was this written? Oh, this is the latest. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, yes.
Well, it says Athens actually at the top. If we take that out, it should make it.
No, well, this is fine because this is reasonably recent, isn't it? This is number 12, isn't it?
Well, I'll see. It'll probably come back exactly the same.
Yeah,
Yes.
12.3 release available. Learn more. Okay, click that one at the very top of the page.
No, I think that's just advertising for Delphi, basically.
Oh, I see.
It says what's new in 12 Athens.
Okay, yeah, no. So let's
12.
have a look here. Create a package and configure it to extend the IDE. That looks like what we want to extend. They can use the tools API. All right, let's have it.
package, implement your code using a data module.
You can, you don't have to.
Right. Okay. You can't. Okay.
And you know why? It's because that's where you would put things like menus and things like that, right? So you put menus on there, same as you would on a form. So you can, yeah.
Oh,
So
it's like having form elements without having an actual form
yeah,
itself.
yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. Oh,
So
I had to say,
there, see, program files, Embarcadero. So all of the object code in the units you can find at, and it even says where to find them. So we can actually drag that specific one in. Yeah, there, see? So we know where to find that tools API now. Because it makes sense that tools API isn't going to be visible, isn't going to be on the regular search path, because you don't want to accidentally use tools API, which is for making plugins for the Delphi IDE in your own programs. It doesn't make sense. So it makes sense for that to actually be separated out somehow.
I think
So
that
shall we try again? And this time go into your package.
I just wanted. I just had a flashback to about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were talking interfaces semi recently.
Mm,
We spent a few hours talking about interfaces, and in Vincent's video, he said he was talking about an interface for like uh, cut, copy, and paste,
yep.
and how it was flexible throughout his uh, his software
Mm,
application, and somewhere in that I was like, okay, so this form is going to implement, we want this interface to exist, related to this form. And that was when we had the meeting. And about 2 or 3 days later, I don't know if I saw it or I typed it or whatever, but in my head at least, it said T form, you know, brackets, like T form. I think of a form as a form, right? And
yeah.
of course, on the form, you get all these buttons and procedures and functions and whatever. But it had never, ever occurred to me that a form was a class that could implement an interface, right? Like in the
Yeah.
sense, like never had those like things crept into this brick wall up here. Like I just expect interfaces to be on other things, right?
Yeah, but
And
they're just objects like any other objects.
in the context of a form, and
Across.
I was just like, I think I was driving, and I literally was like, "Ah!"
But you remember a couple of months ago they were talking about interfaces, right? It was the main topic was interfaces.
Sure
Remember
do.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, remember how I was saying data, I don't agree with data aware controls, full stop. I think they're a bad idea in almost all situations. There's one exception I can think of, and that's grids, read-only grids. So
So these are,
in my opinion,
hang on, Peter, to clarify, these
yes,
are controls that can what reach in out to a database of some kind and like physically manipulate it or grab information from it, right?
what do you
Like
mean?
data aware. What's data?
Okay, T query and T table,
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
yeah, and then you have a T source, and then you have
explain it from the point of view like we don't know what, you know,
okay, so
for
you
the
remember
listener.
okay, so Delphi before 2009, I think it was, before the XEs, I don't remember. anyway, would have something called data aware. So what you do is you create a form. You could then put down a T database component, an invisible component at runtime, or you could use a data module, which is a non-visual form. That's what a data module is simply a form that's not visual. So you can use it for all sorts of things that aren't going to be shown directly on the screen. And then, so you put a T database component and you connect up to a database. And then you have, say, a T query or a T table, other components you connect up. And the T query, you put some SQL in there to pull a query from the database. A T table, you just, because it's linked to the T database and the T database knows how to talk to the database, you can go select which table you want. Boom, it's just there. All the fields, everything, just there. Then you'd have something called a T data source. And you would connect the T data source to the T query or to the T table. And that would act as a go-between. Then you'd have a special version of, say, a T edit or a T drop-down box, like combo box or whatever, a T grid. There's special versions of those. TDB, they use TDB edit, TDB combo box, TDB grid, and so on. And you connect those to the data source. Because the data source was the sort of the glue between the tables and queries and the controls on forms, what happened was that you could just press play and immediately you could see the data. You didn't have to write a single line of code, not one, if you had set it up properly, right? So what you now had was a form that could show you what was on the database, like show you data from the database. You could even modify it with a say T edit box and things like that. The problem with all of that, and which did Delphi a massive disservice, was that it was so easy, but there's no business layer in between. Your user interface, your user is talking directly to the database. You're going, oh yeah, here I select this row in the grid, and because my edit box is looking at the same table at this particular field, I get that data and I can change it. No rules. And yeah, you could put in little events to say, oh, you want to massage this data or you don't approve of it until certain rules on conditions are met and all the rest of it.
But what don't you like about that, Pete?
What's that?
What don't you
What I
like
don't
about
like about it is that there is no business layer. So by doing that, the user is essentially messing directly with the database. And when it comes to anything more complex, you don't have the actual conceptual ideas that make up the logic of the program. And they act as everything that, like gatekeepers, massaging the data, making sure the data has proper integrity and all sorts of things like that. All that's bypassed. Right. You have to make sure that data integrity happens using foreign keys and all sort of database rules. The other problem with it is that you end up with spaghetti code because it's all events, calling events in a form, and there's no proper structure to it. And this is what I've been advocating the whole time I've been at WADUG. You shouldn't use that. And this, the new one, what's it called when you have
live binding?
live bindings? It's the same problem. It's just in a different guise. So rather than having data aware controls, you can now have any control, and you can bind a property to a field in the database. Again, you've bypassed all of that. Now, if you take the time initially to really think through what your program's supposed to do, what it's representing, the concepts of what it's representing, and you encode those into your classes, and obviously then the instances of them, the objects, how they interrelate and work as a collective, they should act as a go-between. So in my opinion, your user interface only knows about the objects, and your objects don't know about the user interface. Your objects can persist themselves onto the database, but the database does not know about the program. That way, by having it this sort of one-way thing, then what happens is that you end up with a very modular approach where you can swap out the user interface. Because the concepts are there in the business layer, someone can say, oh, that UI is crap. Let's just remove that UI altogether. Let's just make a whole new form. No problems. You make a new form and you can do that. No problems, because the concept, you're not going to break the program, because the program, the functionality is in those business objects. It also means if you go, oh, you know what? We need to make this into a web application. Fine, make a web application or a remote interface. It doesn't matter, because that whole UI part of the program, your code body doesn't know about it. They just talk to the code body, and the code body goes, yeah, okay, this happened. I don't know who called me, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to give you the data you need. I'm going to behave the way you ask me to. So by having that separation, that user interface is one thing, the business layer is another thing, the business logic, and then the database is another thing. By having that very clear separation with no cheats, except maybe grids, just because it's too hard otherwise, then what you have is something that's very, very maintainable. If something breaks, you also know where to go. If it's a functionality thing, you don't go to forms. You go to the business logic and you fix in the business logic, and you don't have to dig around these different forms talking to each other in a spaghetti way. No. So you have this very clear type of structure to your program. And when it's a clear structure, it's easy to find where things are, because it's all tidy. But getting back to why I'm going on this ramble is that the data modules, I also figured that because you don't want your data, your queries and that to be fully accessible by forms and all the rest of it, they shouldn't talk to that, or even by the business objects. I got to a point where I realized, you know what? You should only talk to them using functions. If you want to get data from the database, you call a function in an interface, and the data module has interfaces, implements interfaces. And that way, what can happen is that, oh, hang on, we've got this application, and the database might not be local anymore. It might be remote. That's okay. The business layer is only talking to interfaces. So if you change it, if you have an implementation of the interfaces that talks to the local database, and you replace that with one that talks to some distant server, you don't need to do anything with the business layer. The business layer doesn't know. It's just got a different interface implementation, and it doesn't know. It just says it's an interface. It's the right kind of interface. I know how to talk to it. So it doesn't have to change. And the user interface doesn't have to talk. That's the data interface. Sorry, just the database interface.
Yeah.
That one's been changed from a local database to a remote database, and this one just goes. And the business layer just goes, oh yeah, all I know is how to talk to that, and I know how to do that. The user interface doesn't have to change. It's completely unaffected. You could change your database type with your query types, and like there might be a different dialect of SQL. The business layer doesn't know, because it just asks functions, calls functions on the data interface. And the user interface doesn't need to know. It's just talking to the objects. So you have this very easy upgrade path with whatever happens. But my point was that data modules should implement interfaces the same way that forms can implement interfaces, because they're just classes.
I'm just noting down the point. Peter is now a functional programmer.
No. Functional programming is a completely different thing, and that's going to do Lambda programming.
But
Now, Peter, wee question there. You said data modules should implement interfaces. Does that mean to say that they can't at the moment then?
Absolutely, they can. Yes, yes. No, I'm saying when we use
I
them, we
think the
should use.
programmer should
Yeah,
format it that way, ideally.
I consider it good practice to only talk to a database via interfaces. The fact that the interface happens to be implemented using a class that is a data module, that's just convenient for us as programmers, but the business layer shouldn't really know or care.
And is this sort of ring back to at some stage, not somewhat years ago, at some stage you were saying like had been kind of confused about MVC, for example, and that
Yeah,
you like suddenly went, oh,
that's what we've been using
now I
all
see
along.
it, right? Now it's like this
Yeah,
is kind of
so
exactly that idea in a way, isn't it?
um,
I mean, I
part,
don't mean
yes.
specifically whatever people think MVC is, but
Yeah, so partly. So I've only described half of it. So you know how I said the user interface talks to the business layer. The user interface knows what the objects look like. Goes, oh, okay, I've got, I just go with these same usual classes. I've got employees and I've got employments, and I get employees and I get employment objects, employee objects, and employment objects, and job objects, and whatever they are, right? So it knows how to talk to those. So let's say you're going to edit an employee in an HR application, right? In a human resources one. So you pull up Jane Doe, and actually she's called Jane Dove. All right. So you're going to change her name. So your user interface would then ask the business object, the business layer, I'm looking for a T employee object with this user ID, this employee ID, and then it goes off and it asks the interface, the data layer via an interface, for example, says, "Can you fetch this?" It goes, "Yep, here it is. Here's an object that is a Delphi object with that ID, with a name," and go, oh, "Okay, I'll just show this now." The form then gets that object and it shows it in the edit boxes, and you get Jane Doe. All right. So now you can now go and edit that. So if you now edit that to Jane Dove, that business object may change, and you now go save, and that's fine. And we're used to that level of functionality. But what we can do is by using observers, do you know what observers are?
yeah, that you've demonstrated to us before.
Yeah. All right.
I
So
mean,
what you
you had what were the two? So one is like sending out information, and one is like looking out for information, right?
Yeah, so you have the one
Uh,
that's
subs
sending out information to those who have. So you might have multiple forms going, you know what? Whenever this business object changes, tell me. And that may happen in multiple forms,
is
in,
that like
in multiple places.
subscribing? Is that like subscribing to a?
Yes, that's subscribing, precisely. So when you in your form go change Jane Doe to Jane Dove, enter, what happens is that object then goes, oh, I've now changed. I'm going to tell everyone who wants to know about that, everyone who's subscribed to me, to find out. So then it shoots out an onChanged event to all the different listeners. And the listeners might be forms, there may be other objects in the business layer, and then they get notified immediately. So all the different forms instantly update. So what you have now is you have a feedback loop. So you type it in, that information goes to you type it in, where is it? Over here at the interface layer. That goes over to the business layer. That object goes, oh, I've been changed. I need to let everybody know. So it tells other business objects, tells other forms, I have been updated. So they can all update and react to that instantly. So you now have a feedback loop. You typing it in, it goes to the object tells everything to update. And with that the feedback loop, you now have a nice Delphi way of
The title one.
yeah, you have a complete round trip.
Were you looking at the screen just then?
Not really. I saw it changed a bit.
Because I can see Jane Doe on the screen right here.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
So at this stage, if we were streaming, which I guess we are,
Yes.
I would insert the reference to where Peter showed us exactly this happening in
That's
2021.
misspelled, by the way. That's Thornell. It should be Turnell. No
Oh,
R in there.
I think I can edit that.
Thanks.
Um,
Okay.
if I press play,
But this is different. This is mementos. It's a different pattern.
but you showed us changing something and multiple things being
Yep.
updated.
Yep.
Oh, do you think it was
That I did.
before or after this?
Probably before.
This was the little greebly things going across.
Yeah.
So before was
It may be actually this one.
Abstract
Hang
Factory.
on. Abstract Factory. No, it's not that one.
This is Multiton. Is that the one? Multiton?
I may have done it in the multitons.
Uh,
If we should actually break this up into different sections.
there we go. Let me try.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. So now
that they're all person object is not the same as this person object, is not the same as this person object, because every time we're getting
so now it's not the same. So if I change this, nothing happens. You see those Carly Jackson, they don't change. So just let this run. So now I'm going to go and change this. And I say, you know what, they're multitons. But what that means is that it's the one instance of that object.
again using this, again using this, and so what that means is they are now.
So if we go to Carly Jackson now, and we open up a couple of these forms, now there's only one instance of the Kylie object, or the person ID 9, one instance. So as you go and edit it, then all the others that are interested in knowing its current state get updated. And then you see how the Kylie Jackson changed to Kylie Minogue instantly.
The next thing is abstract.
Oh, that happened way quicker than I remember.
Yeah. But you see
You
there,
also
do you see how the Kylie Jackson changed to Kylie Minogue everywhere?
Does that show you the
yeah, it might have been in a
Kylie
local,
Minogue.
it might have been in a local meeting because I remember distinctly you having like 3 or 4 of these open
Yeah.
and them all changing at the same time.
Yeah. And so that there is very easily achieved with this sort of clean architecture.
John wanted to see the beginning panel.
Is this something that I should represent a few times? Maybe do each section at a different meeting?
In more detail.
Yeah.
We got a recurring series.
Yeah, but rather than having the whole lot done in what an hour and a half, take a bit more time for each one so they're not rushed through.
Look, absolutely. I am never going to say no to this.
Well,
So that multi-ton thing where they're all changing together, does that connect with what you were saying about having the visual, the business, and the data?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. If is there much code you can see in there? Probably not. Actually, you know what? That should be available for you to see anyway. Do you have that source code, or is that something that we can find on GitHub?
2021. Let me have a look into my projects, ADUG, Symposium 2021. Let me. I'd have to search for your name, I think, to see if what about P for Peter? I have to try go looking, Peter.
Okay.
Uh, what am I doing? Oh yeah, okay, I see. But I mean, you might mention it in the talk, maybe. Maybe you put something up on your website's here. At the end of the talk, I think.
Look, even Google says, including results for GitHub. I searched for GitHub Peter Turnell, and it goes GitHub. Did you mean GitHub Peter Tornell? Too many people use R's in my name.
See this link here, Peter?
Yep, try that.
Uh, so ADUG for GitHub ADUG, right? GitHub ADUG Perth. Hang on, ADUG Perth? Where were we? Okay.
ADUG Desk Perth.
Okay.
There we go. There's the source. Are you using a Git client?
Yeah, there's a couple here, but
Oh,
we
you've
can just
got four. Okay, good. Do you know how to use this? The Git client?
to some level. Where would your
I would just say clone it.
to look at the code? Do you mean?
Yeah, people. Yeah, I'd say just clone the repository.
Sure. Okay.
You know how to do that? No, 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 no. You
We're
see,
gonna find.
you see the green button code?
Oh well, I'm just gonna.
I'll show you an even simpler way of doing it.
I know you can. I just whenever we go to clone repository repo, right? I don't. This says github.com here, right? But if you want to add a URL, you go over there. It's like,
I wouldn't even bother with this. This thing's too messy. Forget it. Honestly, close this. Kill this whole app. This whole GitHub thing is a pain. I'll show you a much simpler way.
well, how many levels of like tangential are we going to go through? This is what I
Not
know how.
much.
If we want to get the
Not
code
much.
on the
Not
disk,
much. No, no. Trust me. Trust me.
right?
Kill GitHub. This application is useless. All right. So you see the green button there?
Yes.
Drop that down, and you just do a copy there. You see you've got the double square on the right hand side in the middle.
Doubles.
Yeah,
Oh,
right
yeah.
hand side.
Okay.
Yeah, copy to clipboard.
Yeah.
And then at the far left, you've got fork right in the middle of your apps.
Yeah.
At the very no, left of your screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For the
Yeah.
application, you mean?
Yep. All right. And then at the very top where you go repository, no, sorry, file, put clone. Yep.
Yep.
It's all there. Now you just choose where you want it. Is that correct?
We'll do GitHub too.
All right. So you're done. There you go. Finished. So you can now go in and have a look at that. You can look at the local changes if you like, but you're not going to see much. Yeah. So right click to go into the. So you just right click one of those files. Say Symposium group project. Just right click that one. Down a couple.
Oh, this one, you're right.
Yeah, just right click it, show in File Explorer, and then it'll take you to where it is locally. I don't know where it is. Did you click open in File
Yeah,
Explorer?
yeah, two windows. Two different windows.
Oh, I see. And there you go. You just open it. It's done. It's all there. Just
Peter,
open it.
you're a
Yeah.
Git snob. It's just as easy in GitHub Desktop.
Okay. But I find GitHub Desktop to be an absolute mire of confusion.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
It's got a little bit. It's got
I'm sure it's
a little bit, tiny bit better for me when I realize that you can see different diffs. You can see side by side diffs. You can see um.
but I'm so confused with the different projects and file changes. I can't interpret that client that GitHub client. It's illogical to me.
I think there are pros and cons because like this has got changes in history right next to each other, which I didn't know anything different until I started playing around with Fork, and now Fork's got them. No, um, like these are completely separate. Like the changes are down here. The history is what?
I I don't bother with that. I just have the changes, and then you see in the top left corner you got local changes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there aren't any right now. And then you've got the branches down below. Those are the only two I use. I don't most of the time. I don't bother with the rest.
Well, I think that's
That's
important information to like. That's not its default. Like
mm.
so
So that's all I really need. And then when I want to check in things, and I go to local changes, and then I can do my staging and all the rest of it.
I I
Anyway,
did I did have a look. I mean, like even staged and unstaged, like GitHub Desktop doesn't really make that distinction precisely, other than like asking you to tick which ones you want to commit, right? So it's kind of doing the same thing, but not really telling you that. Um,
yeah, and I found it. I just couldn't use it. Oh, it was just too messy for me.
I also took a demo look at Git Kraken at some stage when
Mm.
they had like a discount week or something, but only I didn't have the it was just a demo, whatever short-term demo or something, and that was too. You showed it to us in a meeting, and
I
I
only mentioned it. I've never actually tried it.
weren't you using? I'm sure you.
Uh,
Oh,
no,
you were using
I
Fork
use
then?
Fork, but I
Oh,
mentioned that a colleague of mine liked GitKraken.
okay, because that was really, really colorful, like excessively color explosively colorful, and I felt this was for someone much younger than me.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, he's younger than me. Yeah.
It made me feel old, basically. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, if you open up the 2021 Symposium group project,
Um. Where
you
were
can kill
we?
this. You don't need
Oh,
this one
local
anymore.
changes. Local. No.
No. Kill this up. It's an explorer behind you. Kill fork.
Oh,
You don't
right.
need it.
Gotcha. Um.
Just double click that. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you mean open it in Delphi?
Yeah, it's
Right,
there.
right. We got
See what
11 here, so this should. It'll be interesting to see what it starts.
and how outdated it is.
Because depending on what comes up, I may have to do a little panic.
Ah,
I'm not sure that actually. All right, we'll do it this way. This is Delphi 12.
oh, you've paid for Delphi.
Pardon?
You pay for Delphi. I haven't. I'm not paying for mine.
Oh.
Well, I'm not using it commercially, so I can't justify it.
Hmm.
In fact, I'm not using it at all. Getting rusty.
Well, we're pouring on some oil today.
Okay. Yeah, actually we are.
Uh, okay. What is this?
The
T.
list spinner not found.
I
We
think we
probably
That was just something that used to pop up and you immediately fixed it, I think, one time.
I think you don't have, yeah, because you know you're supposed. I'm pretty sure that's in PT library, and which you don't have.
Yeah.
And it may be it's the people demo, and it's almost certainly that one that requires list spinner.
Well, let's go back to 10.4 that because
But
that knows about
just just
Batsoft.
just try running this one. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, yeah, it is this one. What do you have a PT library in 10.4?
Well, it had Batsoft, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yep, that'd be the one.
Uh, so I've just got to cancel. Okay. Ignore. Go away. Leave me alone. Hang on. Now what?
It thinks it's running it. No.
No, we ended up in 11.
Yeah, don't
No,
cancel. Just say no. No to everything.
it's
No,
all right.
no
Okay.
to all.
Yeah, no to all. No.
No. There we go.
Stop it. Bad computer. 10.3 it is. What is it a
Okay.
10.3? Come on. Dig deep. You can do it. Wanted to drag that to here.
No, okay. You don't have it here. Can you get it for using get it?
Good question.
I'm in pain. I'll be back soon.
Did you say something about pain?
Yeah, it's just my usual health problems.
Well, don't have those.
Try not to.
No bats off. Um, what I'm thinking of is my laptop. My laptop has bats off. Oh, what do we got? Oh no. That's observer presentation. WADUG presentations. Oh, that's OO in depth. This turned out to be not so casual a
Okay. Oh, you got it working. Okay, cool.
no, I found I had a directory from 2018 object orient you know,
Oh, yes.
OO in depth and
Yep.
it's got this. The
All right.
Batsoft the Batsoft that I know I have is on my laptop that I don't use so much anymore.
Fair enough. Okay, let's see whether this runs or not.
Where where is it?
Yeah, this should show it quite nicely.
Are we? Oh, okay, there we go.
Okay, so you can select someone. It's the same as the other one, really. You select someone.
Oh, we got the exact one. Okay.
It may be a rewriting. So, click button pop up.
This one.
Yep. So there he is again, and you can click him again. Click the pop up again. There we go. Edit him. This should work. There you go. All right. So yeah, this will do the job just beautifully.
Hang on. Does this say buttload?
Yeah, it does. It's a buttload of stuff. So do you want me to show how that one works?
The code?
Yeah, because you were talking about the whole the different layers and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, look, Peter. Anytime you're talking, I'm happy to listen.
It is also getting late, so I don't know if you want me to show because you were talking about the different you want to see the user interface, the object, and the data layer.
I'm
This would be an example of that.
if you're in a brain space and with time to happy to talk about, please
Okay.
go ahead and talk.
All right. So have a look in the. Let's go with the unit person store first.
Do you want any of this resolution increased or anything?
Yes, please. Yeah. So we can.
So we can do the code.
Yeah, and that's actually enough to just do the code, but maybe another another step bigger.
Control.
That's all right. Is that okay? Yeah.
And should we change the IDE as well?
No, I think that's fine, is it? Yeah.
Hang on. I have to get rid of this goddamn right margin because I just can't stand it anymore. I don't know why. It never used to bother me. Okay.
Oh, yes. Okay, so in the factories demo proj, go to unit person store, bottom
Factory.
one.
Sorry, where are we?
Yeah, that's where to look, but it's just at the bottom.
Of this unit we're in?
No, no. In the project group, factories demo, look at the last unit.
Oh, the called factories demo. Okay, yeah, sorry.
So so if you go to the iPerson store, just go to where that's declared.
Random? I person store random or
Yeah, so if you go to the end of that declaration line, you see iPerson store.
oh, this one, right? Yeah.
So there's an interface, right? And you can say load person IDs, and you can specify which ones you want. You can say then you get the person IDs, right? A list of just the IDs alone, nothing else. And then you can also load a person. And so there you would then pass in a T person object, and whatever the ID is in that T person. Actually, let's go to the top of unit first. Let's just start from the beginning. Go to the T person. There. You see the T person class?
Yep.
Yep. Now you'll see its properties are person ID, personal name, and family name. All right?
Yep. Down here.
Full name. So this is where functionality comes in. I've written full name in one place, the one place it belongs, that class. So you don't have different parts in the application that concatenate personal name and full name. It's done in one place. So it's consistent everywhere. All right. And then you have, but it's based on obviously personal name and family name. You've got the on changed there. That's T person events. Now, T person events, if you look just above T person, you'll see the declaration for the class T person events.
Yep.
So that's an event that takes one parameter, which is T person. In other words, every time the on changed, so in the T person at the bottom of the T person class,
Yep.
every time that, so with the event classes, the T event one parameter, you can subscribe and unsubscribe. If you subscribe, you say, call me on this procedure that provides one parameter of type T person. Hence, it's one param, right?
Oh, I see. T event with one parameter. Right. Gotcha.
One
Gotcha.
parameter of type T person, correct. So they can all get to know that, right? So then when you have a T person instance, it doesn't know who's subscribed in the on changed. It doesn't know. It doesn't care. All it knows is that it will update. It will tell them, I've changed. Here you go. I'm just letting you know. That's a callback.
So this all the T persons, this is definitely the business layer, right?
This is all business layer.
Right.
So we're putting in the business rules here.
The things that subscribe to any changes, are they also in the business layer?
They might be, and they might be in the user interface layer.
Right. That's what I was wondering if they were in the UI.
Yeah, and they could be, and they usually are, but not necessarily. It's just anyone who wants to know gets to know.
I guess so. Also, the data might also want to know, right?
The data shouldn't want to know.
Okay.
So if you do that, then you're breaking this one direction rule, and I consider that tells me there's something wrong.
So when we were typing, we had three windows open for the same person.
Yep,
We were typing, they were all changing, right?
yep.
Out of user interface, business layer, and then data.
Mm
When we're typing those and we haven't actually pressed save,
-hmm.
is that only affecting two layers?
Yes, correct.
And then,
So you are typing it in the user interface layer.
yep,
Every change is sent off to the T person and to this T person. And then if you have a look, you see how you've got the properties, personal name, family name. Just go into the set family name implementation there. Yeah. So then every time there's a change to the family name, the on change is called, and it passes a parameter of type T person, a single parameter, one param of type T person, right? Itself. That's me. I'm a T person. Off you go. Does it make sense?
and then so what? So now we see like the mechanism for entering changes. What
Okay.
happens when you come to save a change in a more permanent way or
Okay.
in a permanent way
So then go back to the declarations.
to T
Yeah.
persons? Sorry.
That's right. Yeah. So now, if you have a look at the T person factory, which is what you're doing, you see at the second last one there is save. There you go. So when we say save, we say, all right, the factory, you know what you're doing. You know about the database and how it's stored. Is it stored in JSON? Is it stored in a database? Is it stored in some random memory thing like it happens to be in this case? It doesn't know.
CSV.
Nobody cares except this one knows how to talk to it. So if you look in the save there, it goes, all right, whatever the store may be, and I don't know, I don't care. All I know is that it's of a certain type of interface. I'll call the save person method. and then I'll tell everyone, yeah, there's a change, just in case the storage happens to alter that person. All right, but that on change shouldn't be necessary, right? But there you go. It says on store. If you have a look at on store now, go
Yep.
to that. You see it's that interface, the TI person store just above. So it doesn't know where it's storing it to. It has no idea. This is the business layer. It has no idea. All it knows is that's how I talk to the storage.
And this basically represents the data layer.
That's correct.
Right here.
It represents the data, the data layer. That's precisely correct. Exactly right. Now, in this particular case, it happens to be, if you go to the previous unit, you person store.
Yep.
It happens to be T person store random because I've just randomly generated these and they're not stored anywhere. It's just in memory. But it could just as well be going to a database. It could just as well be going to some server, some distant server. But the rest of the application doesn't know that, and it doesn't care. All it knows is it talks to iPerson store, and it's a load person IDs, load person, save person, new person ID. That's all it needs to know. So the implementation of this one is actually irrelevant from the program's point of view. This could just as well be a data module that implements iPerson store. That's what got us into this whole conversation in the first place. See, it's T interface object. It could just as well be a T data module or a T form.
Now, how would that? So this would still be the name of something, right? And the data, hang on. I'm just trying to picture how this would. So the object would somehow have to be. Would
We
it
need to
be?
create an
It'd
instance
be
of
like
this, right?
it'd be interfaced
And
data
that's what you're
module or
confused
something.
about. How do we get the instance of this? Correct?
I'm just trying to picture. So data module basically goes in this position. Is that correct? Or because data module doesn't know about query interface and add ref and that sort of thing naturally. Is that correct? I think you guys might have frozen. Boom.
Peter, gone. Hey, what am I seeing here? Type, yeah. Type, yeah. What's this word here for?
Private type means it can't be seen. What does private mean? Okay, yeah. So
But person name goes, I've seen it elsewhere. Here we go.
so this is a class,
Yeah. Yeah, well, that one.
and if someone makes an instance of this class, so like it could be
Yeah,
called.
understand all this. I don't understand that. So you can use type more than once. I know that. So you can have type this one and then type this one. But what's this
Hello.
word?
Hi.
Hello.
We kind of lost you on the computer, so we'll just use my tablet instead, I think.
Yeah, we saw we. I I think you were saying something, and then you were kind of frozen, and I'm like, is he thinking? No, it's gone too long.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, so your question is probably where does T-person random come in to the whole application, right?
no, no. If we're imagining this being a data module to do the same job, right?
Mm.
The part so data module is a class, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a class. It's exactly the same thing as a form, except nothing's visual. It's not visible.
Recording in progress.
Whoops. I think we're
But
back in.
it also doesn't know about a data module doesn't already have query interface and addref and decref, I guess.
Yes, it does.
It
All
does.
it does. It's a T component, and they all have that, but they don't do anything. So they don't actually modify the reference count.
Oh, I
So
see. Yeah, because they do their own hierarchical
yeah, precise. They
cleanup.
do their own hierarchical lifetime management. That's correct.
Okay, so you can safely put a data module there and comma the interface that it's implementing.
Yep, yep, that's correct.
Yeah, Peter, I've got a wee question here on your line 13. You've got private and then type. Now, I know you can have more than one type declarations with things below it, but like say type T person store on line 12.
Hang on. I'm just going to kill myself. Sorry. Wait.
Yeah, so line 12's okay, but and then what I would see is the type on line 13 refers to the T person record below it. But so what's the private word on line 13? What's that doing in there?
Peter,
Calling
we're
Peter?
not. Yeah, your laptop microphone's probably. Oh, something's muted.
There we go. Yes. So where were we now? 13. Yes. So what it is that the T person record is only visible within the scope of what's highlighted, the T person store random. So it's not available outside T person store random. If you had some other functions, just freestanding functions in this unit, they should not be able to see T person record. It's only used within the scope of this class, T person store random.
Okay, but you've already got the private keyword just below that in line 20.
Yes. So it may be just
So why haven't we got the like line 13? Just take the private word out altogether because
But then it wouldn't be private.
Oh, you're right.
yeah.
It's just,
And I have to put type, otherwise I can't. So
Yeah, you're declaring
possibly the private on line 20 could be removed.
I,
Yeah.
can it? Is that
Try it.
superfluous? Is it? Do you think?
Try it. I don't know. Delete
Uh,
and see what happens. Or comment or whatever. Yeah. Compile and see what happens. Just for fun. It's actually a good question. I don't know.
We've already got some errors up here. So,
Okay, double click on the first one.
line 21.
oh, because
Yeah.
okay. So this would be if you didn't say anything, it's expecting this is a declaration of a type.
Yeah.
And this is telling it we're back to
We're back to normal.
making a fields and functions and stuff.
Yeah. So that'd be why. Yeah. You don't need that in other languages, but you just say it's private and you just have it in there. So yeah, what
Well, on the other hand, is it Java where you got to do private this, private that, private like on every single
maybe.
line?
But what John's saying makes perfect sense in C sharp. You just say private and it's all private. Types, fields, functions, they're all just private.
Okay, so that'd be more like this then. If that
Oh,
were if that were the case,
well, you can even remove just the type.
oh,
Yeah. So if you remove line 15
really?
in C sharp, it would basically
Yeah.
be that. You just say private and you just have the whole lot.
Oh.
So what are we seeing up here as a result of what we just did, though?
Delphi doesn't understand this format. This is for C sharp. But yeah, I like that. Like this is all
Yeah.
private. This is all public. Like
Yeah, and you know that it's a type, you know. But that's because the language has a different word order and things like that. So you can do that with C sharp. Anyway, going back to it. Yeah. So what you have, yeah, if you go back to the U person,
Yep.
unit U person. So you've got the person factory there. At the bottom of the screen, you've got T person factory variable, right?
Yep.
So that's a singleton. That's actually usually considered quite a bad way of doing things, but it's a demo. I don't care. So you can see there's a constructor in that. So if we go to, I'm going to presume it's going to be in, where would that be? It's two-person factory. Let's go.
Do you mean the details of T-Person Factory or?
Now I'm just trying to figure out where I would have called T-person factory create. It's either in F main, have a look in F main, or it's going to be in
Is it
project.
this one on the screen?
What? No, if you go to the unit, F main,
Didn't you say T-Person Factory dot create?
yes, I want to see where it's called from.
I'm not sure what you're looking at though.
I'm looking at your screen. So if you go to the projects, to the project files,
Okay. Oh, where it's called from. Right. Okay. Yep.
F main is in the middle. That's it. So there's a form create there. Let's have a look at the form create. Yeah, this is bad programming, right? I don't like this, but again, demo, so that's my excuse. But there you see we have T-person factory equals T-person factory create, and as I say, the factory itself does not know what type of store it is, but we are giving it a random person store, but person store random. It could just as well be remote data store or I don't know, SQLite data store or whatever, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so person factory doesn't know what data layer it has. It just knows that it has a data layer. The user interface layer knows how to talk to the factory, like to the data, to the business layer, the business objects layer, but the business object layer doesn't know anything about the user interfaces.
Yeah.
All it knows is how to do those callbacks I told you about.
Yeah, that's what I was there. You could, with the case thing, there's 3 or 4 of those there, and 1, 2, 3 or 4 there. Yeah, and it'll change the time if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You could, yeah, that's one way of doing it. Having
Yeah.
a case statement where, depending on, you could have different person stores.
That's right. That's
But
right.
if you now have a look up to the declaration,
Would you going a little bit sideways?
yeah,
Is this kind of a form of, because I don't know enough about it to like recognize dependency injection?
yes, that is correct.
So this
That
could potentially be an argument given to the form. No, that won't work.
Yeah, going to the person factory, that's correct. The person factory is dependent on what is being injected in that parameter. That is correct. That is correct.
All right. So you want to go somewhere. I interrupted you.
Yeah, go to the declaration, top of the screen, for unit, I mean. So if you have a look there, in the private section, you've got person change. You see that?
Private person change. Yes.
Yes. Now have a look to see where that is called.
Not defined where it's called.
No, sorry. Just search for that in this unit.
Hamburger.
Yeah,
That's a declaration.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. Go to go to the next one again.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. So in form create, we've now created the person factory. And now you see the person factory also has an unchanged list. See that? An unchanged event. You see that?
Yes.
Yeah. So if we go back to the unit person, the U person,
Uh,
the unit called U person.
Yep.
Okay, go up to the declaration section. So just as T person has an on change event, scroll down a bit. There you go, on change. Do you see? So when that particular individual has changed, that event will be called. But the factory, T person factory also has one at the bottom. You see that? So if anything in the data in the memory changes, that updates as well. So that'll update the list. You see that?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So if we go back to the form again, F main.
I don't know about this swearing in your code though. F all people in memory.
Well, we don't care about them.
Sorry, where are we going? Back to
Yeah, just show me F main again.
at
And
the
then
top.
I'm just wondering, can you scroll up a bit? The person change. Yeah, okay, fine. You just press F12 for me. Oh, that must be a frame. That's a frame. That's why I can't find it. Okay. So if we go to FR person, that's a frame in the project. In the project.
Oh, you're right. Gotcha.
Okay. So here, if you have a look there, there's a person changed event. If you look at that person changed event,
Where are we?
that function there, person changed, the last private one.
I'm not seeing something. Oh,
So,
right. Yeah.
okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Have a look at that. The implementation. Okay, it says populate the frame. And you can see populate the frame. All it does is says if we have a person, then stick its values into the edit boxes. And if we don't, we'll clear the edit boxes. It's pretty straightforward. You see that?
Hmm.
So whenever the person has changed in some way, so whenever the T person business object goes, oh, my name's just been changed. I just had a new letter. I'm going to tell everyone, hey, update yourselves. They will call all the subscribers. So this person changed is a subscription one. Actually, scroll upwards. I'll show you again even more. See there you see in the you should have it in T person, set person. Go to set person. Yeah. So you see here, what we do is we say, when we select a person, we unsubscribe from the previous one because we're not interested in the old person anymore. We've selected a new person to look at. So we unsubscribe that one, and then we change to the new person, and then we go and we subscribe. You see that second comment, unsubscribe from events? That comment is wrong. 101 is incorrect. It's subscribe to events. That's correct. So then we say, all right, now this person, we want to know every change that happens to it. And when that happens, I want you to call the person changed event. And the person changed event is just above us, like, and there's a person changed. It calls populate frame, updates a frame. So whenever someone goes in and edits the name, what they do is they go to unit person, go to unit person.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
So whenever someone types into an edit box, I'm changing this current person. Then if you scroll up a little bit to the T person.
Oh, I was going to. Yep.
All right.
Key
Then what
person.
happens is those properties there, per name and fam name, change. And as you saw before, set per name and set fam name, update the field and then call on changed. You see that?
Do you want me to go to that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
So updates that and then calls on changed. So therefore, what happens is you type in, and because it's looking at the object that contains the data, we change the data by calling set fam name. It goes, all right, I've changed the data. Everybody know I've changed my data. My state is now different. So then on changed is called, and all those instances of that frame get notified.
And I wasn't waiting for you to stop typing. So,
No, it's every time we type. We could make it that if you want, but we just didn't. So if you go back to the FR person, I mean, and scroll up a bit,
typing.
it's see there. It's the typing one, right? So whenever you type something, we just go the person. You know what? Family name's changed. The personal name's changed. So what it does, when you do that on line 61 and line whatever it is, 66, yeah, on those two lines there, we tell that business object your family name, your personal name, they've changed. It then updates its own internal information, calls on changed. Everyone who wants to know about the change gets notified. And when including this one, so person changed gets called on all the different frames. What does person changed do? Person changed is on line 28.
Yep.
So it calls all because that one's subscribed, right? So if you go there,
Okay, here.
yep, it calls populate frame, which updates the edit boxes. Now, if you're going to change an edit box from DO, so like for example, DO to what do I say? Dove, DO V, and you're going to change it, and then this comes back and says, "Oh, change the DOV to DOV." Well, that's fine. It's not a problem. And then DOVE, and then it comes back and says, "Yeah, we've now changed the DOVE." Yeah, well, the edit box has it already, so you don't see a change because you're changing to what it already is. But then what happens is you now have that round what's it called? Like the there and back again. The round, whatever it's called.
A cycle?
Yeah, the cycle. Round trip. You
Oh,
have the
right.
round trip. Yeah. So you type in there those edit boxes, the events in there, they know about the business layer. The business layer doesn't know about the frames. It only knows about the methods it's been given. So you type in a change there, it fires back events to everyone who wants to know, and they update themselves.
Where's the typing being captured? Like the key by key
Oh, that
aspect,
was it. FR person.
uh, code.
And it's there. You were right there. Edit fam name typing. That's it, right there. That's the typing where your cursor is.
But I mean, you're doing it key by key, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think
It's type.
what's triggering at each of those steps.
Okay, so F12 again, and then select one of the person name or person, one of the name edit boxes, and then yeah, and then in the object inspector, go
Uh,
to events, to the events, yeah, there you go,
on,
typing,
on type. I didn't know there was an on typing.
yeah,
What? Oh, is that for
FireMonkey,
Oh, this is FireMonkey.
yeah,
I just
I only use
assumed.
FireMonkey, I never use VCL.
Oh, on typing. On tap, of course, I should on tap.
Still does change.
Yeah, on the VCL as well, is it? Okay,
Change
right.
at the top.
Well, there you go. I learned
Oh,
another
change.
thing.
Yeah.
On change.
So basically, whenever you type every single character that goes in, I just tell the person object, you've changed. I want you to have this now. The person object goes, okay, sure, I'll accept that. And then I'll notify everyone by calling the onChanged. So that all the listeners get notified and they all update themselves. And then, sweet, we're set. There's one more thing I suspect happens. May I just have a look inside you person?
You person.
Yeah. Now, if we just have a look at the person factory,
Yep.
let's have a look at person obtain.
Yep.
No, it's not that one. Okay, back out a bit. Actually, no, just go to the top. So just do a text search for unchanged. Yep. And then next. Next.
Down the bottom.
Yeah, next. You see here how the person factory hasn't unchanged. So go on next. One more. Good. No, next and next.
And again.
Yep, one more. This is what I'm looking for. So T-person fact, no, yes, T-person factory has it unchanged. And then, okay, next. And once more. There. Why? Okay, because when we notify, oh, okay. So if we go to F main, is that perhaps where it is? Because that list updates. Can you search for update here as well? On changed, I mean, on changed. So subscribe to the factory changes. Okay, next. No, it's not it. Can you, okay, go back to you person. And then for the factories, you person, search for all references. This is what I should have done to begin with.
Should we do it here?
Yeah, that one there. Do we have that?
Is it one of these things?
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Well, I've never used.
Subscribe. Yeah, that's the one I want. It's that subscribe one there. Nope, that's still not what I'm looking for. Oh no, okay. No, go to the T person unchanged and search for references there.
This one.
Yeah. And then let's see all those there. Huh. What I don't understand is whenever we edit the name, it changes in the list, doesn't it? So if you run that,
Run.
yeah. So select someone and then edit their name. No, yeah, edit.
Oh, we haven't got any extra.
Yeah, so we don't have any changes there. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And it's
So
not coming back to here yet.
yeah, so the thing is the list isn't being updated And the reason why is because the list doesn't even know that there are changes happening, right? Because there's no feedback. But remember when you were asking before, do the do the events only go back to the user interface or to other places as well? And the answer is it can be both the interface and also to other business objects.
Yeah.
So really what would be nice is if they went back to the person factory as well. So the person factory goes, oh, there has been a change. I will notify everyone that there has been a change in my list when a name is changed. That's one way of doing it. It's quite an inefficient way, but you can do it that way. Uh,
Um,
does it make sense?
I was
That,
wondering
that
if
that list can be updated the same just as easily as everything else. Currently, it's not.
the one thing I was wondering was if we create a couple of, these for the same person,
Yeah.
and obviously if when we type here, all of these update together.
Yes.
If we
But
had
that
it,
isn't. Yeah.
oh, okay, I guess it's enough if I just change. Okay,
Yeah.
so,
If you press save now,
um, here,
yeah, because there has now been a change. The factory knows, aha, there is a change. So therefore, I will call my onChanged event, and that list is listing everything that is then updated when it's not changed. That's when it fires. But it would be nice also to perhaps have that. So perhaps the factory is listening to all its people as well, so that that can happen even when you're not saving. But
uh,
yeah.
I was wondering if we had a delete button here
Mhm.
and we deleted number around this one.
Mm-hmm.
This should then clear itself, do you think?
If I haven't written any bugs, then yeah, sure. So what should happen is that should then go and do an update to everyone, and they should know, oh, this person's gone. I'm now pointing to nobody, and then have its T person reference go to nil. But does that make sense in the sense that you have the user interface layer knows about the business layer, but the business layer doesn't know about the user interface layer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the business layer knows how to talk to a data store. It doesn't know what kind of data store it is. It doesn't care. It's just a data store. And the data store can be whatever. So you've got this clear separation. And what you also get is is by having events like this, you can have a feedback loop. So that not only, I mean, like right now, you've only got that frame that's updating, but let's say there were other business objects that depended upon these values. Like the number of people with the name Elora, for example. You might want to know that. And so someone types in Elora, it goes, aha, I need to know that. The number just suddenly increased by one or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can have all that functionality in in a single layer, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Its functionality is king. How you store it is secondary. How you display it is secondary. That's the way I used to do my projects. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it seems to me to be a better way, that's for sure.
I'm
And you
trying.
don't end up with chaotic mess. You do have to write more code up front, but if you've done your business analysis correctly, you know that code is going to be what you want. So bugs or no bugs, you know it's the functionality that the application should have. And so once you've got it done, it's done.
Do you remember how, like, this person ID, which is, I assume, yeah, so this is in sequence from here.
Yeah.
relates to these person IDs over here.
Well, it's just the one business object. So you see in form two, you got Sharika and then Atlans or something like that. I can't read properly from here because it's too small. Sharika and Atlans snoring. They're both pointing to the one and the same business object. So whenever you select one in the list, you know the objects in that list actually is pointing to the T person.
So I duplicated this one by popping out.
You're only duplicating the frame. You're not duplicating the business object. That's the whole point of a multi-ton.
Actually, I see these all have the 43.
Yes, because it's the one and the same business object.
And then if I start changing, how did I end up with a 15? I ended up with a 15 before somehow. I can't. I'd have to look back in the video to find. Oh, it was 14
Well, here's
actually.
a 13 and a 15.
I'm
It's
just.
not because you have changed. You've chosen different people.
Oh, yeah, they're different people. Yeah.
But this was these. Her number was 14.
Yeah, because in the list you chose number 14. Now you've chosen 43. So if you go find. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Those numbers have changed. But that shouldn't happen. That's a bug. That's a bug in that case.
I
No. But there. Stop, stop, stop. Go up, go up, go up, go up.
go up in the list.
Scroll. Yep, stop. There, in the middle.
Um,
There's 14.
oh, maybe when I saved it as a. So it was like a. Ah, that's interesting.
Oh no, look, there may be bugs in the code, but
Oh
it's
yeah, I wasn't trying to pick on it. I was just trying to.
no, yeah.
You've already warned us that the code's not very good, Peter. So we'd expect
Mm,
to see a bug or so, wouldn't we?
yeah. But the principle remains true all the same.
I suspect Peter's not very good. He's way above my as best as I can do.
But does that make sense?
No, it's great. It's excellent.
So that's what I've been trying to advocate all these years is that style of programming, because then you end up with very tidy code. You end up with very modular code. It means that everything you've got is thought through the way it should be. If you get your business layer right, then you don't start from the data layer, you start from the business layer. And how you store it, like I say, it's up to you, right? But then that way, the functionality, oh, have we lost you again? No, we've lost them.
We
No,
can
no,
hear you.
we can
All
hear you.
right.
We're here.
Yeah, okay. So you end up with a business layer that does what it's supposed to do, regardless of any other changes. Clients can request all sorts of things, but you know that the functionality is correct because sorry, I'm distracting myself with this. So
No,
the
we've heard you going.
functionality is correct because you have done that according to the needs of that program, how it's displayed, how the users interact with it. You can change it as much as the users like, as long as it's doing the right thing. And that's what the business layer is all about.
Wow, that's amazing, Peter. My dumb little like just hang around online when we're not having a meeting has turned into a Peter Thinnell showcase of excellent quality. Thank you.
Thanks. But does that help? Does that gel for everyone?
No, it's great.
Yeah,
Really good. Because as we've spent way more time on this than the like 10 minutes or so that, you know,
An hour.
in the symposium, you know, it was
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just
in my head
way
it was
too quick.
longer, but yeah.
It's just way too quick in the symposium. I thought I'd have like half a day, like 4 hours. No, I had an hour and a half max. I think it's an hour, and then 20 minutes for question times or something like that.
But you know, like we and Melbourne and actually Brisbane and apparently maybe even Sydney, um, Well, that they're not so loud about it, having meetings every month. And if you want to talk, Peter, like you will have a platform.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, our real meeting is next Tuesday.
Oh, oops. That's why just us here. Right. Okay, I get it.
We'll be
Well,
in
yeah.
we'll be in person next Tuesday. Um,
Uh, right. Except for me, because I'll be on a different continent.
in within a week.
Yeah, I'm leaving on Sunday.
Well, it's a bloody good thing we got you now, then, wasn't it?
But do you have any questions about that?
Yeah. What about Frank though? If you're not going to be here, who's going to bring Frank along?
Oh, Frank comes on his own. He doesn't need me. I just. Oh, it's in person.
Yeah,
Oh, you're gonna have to get someone to give him a lift.
maybe. Otherwise, I get here.
Otherwise, you'll do it from here. Yeah. Okay.
Or
Yeah,
perhaps you can learn how to fly yourself.
This week, 2 weeks after.
And if you get it fast enough, you take it, give it a bit of steering control and a bit of feedback, and
we've all been trained from a young age by
No,
Bugs
just
Bunny.
nobody to do it. Nobody's aircraft.
yeah. Hey, well,
Oh,
I might volunteer for that plan because at the moment I'm not doing anything next Tuesday, and I've been meaning to come over and see you for the last couple of years. So
Okay.
that might be a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I do not want to discourage this, but isn't that really close to your shifting out day?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Anyway, I just put that in
Hmm.
the mix that
Oh,
Yeah. I've got a shift
oh,
house and I've got to be gone from where I am in 12 days, no, 10 days from now, and I haven't got a place to go to yet.
Well, my place is up for rent.
Yeah, no.
that would be a single rent though, right?
Yeah,
But
alas.
how big a place you got there, Pete?
I think it's 90 square meters plus front and backyard.
It's a whole
It's
house.
eight. I'm asking for 825 per week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm thinking more like 300.
John
Yeah,
shares.
so that'd be a room. Yeah,
John shares. Yeah.
yeah. Well, do you have any questions about this code? I mean, or about this concept, this way of programming?
Well, look, yeah, seeing the benefits of it, how come more people aren't onto it?
Because it requires,
Planning.
first of all, yes, it requires understanding the requirements thoroughly before doing anything. So you actually know what the program's meant to achieve. And that takes effort, and people just want to code and just show, oh, look what I've done. And the business and the project owners go, oh, I want to see something so I can play with it. So there isn't enough. That's agile, by the way. So there just isn't enough time to really think things through. So the first thing, analyze a project. That takes time and effort. The second thing is, once you've really got it, and most people are not very good at doing this, it seems, to really understand the crux of the program, what you have to do, this business layer just becomes blindingly obvious. It's so easy to you just go, oh, well, I need this, that achieves this. I need that achieves this. It's simple. It's just obvious. So in this case, for example, you go, oh, well, I need something that provides me with persons that have an ID that is read-only and a personal name and a family name. That's all I care about, and I need, that's what I need, and it saves to the database and the singletons, and it just becomes so evident. But people don't get to that stage, and if you don't get to that stage, you don't quite know what to write, and you hack it out, and then you hack the next thing, and go, oh, that was wrong. I need to change all this code I've written. I don't want to rewrite it, so I'll just patch what I've done instead. And what I do is I often write things 4 times over on average before I'm satisfied with it. Sometimes more. Like I scrap it entirely and I start afresh if I've got it wrong. But the thing is, you shouldn't have to do that so many times. if you really understand what the code needs. And it's that initial stage that most people don't do very well. But if
Well,
you do that,
probably
and
because
the other reason
quite
is people
often the
think,
thing's changing anyway. Like a new thing comes along, or you don't even need it anymore, or you want more complexity or something, but it's changing
yeah,
all the
yeah.
time.
But usually, if you get each crux correct, you don't need to. Ideally, you go, oh, all right, that belongs in a greater context, and you just plug it into that greater context and so on. But the other thing is people think, oh, that's a lot of code. I shouldn't have to write so much code because that writing code takes time. No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't. That's not a lot of code. And if you know what you're doing, that's pretty quick. That's half a day's work,
Yeah.
right? So it actually isn't, and it achieves so much. But people think, oh, look, code, that's scary. Oddly enough, you'd be surprised how many people think that way. They think they should be able to do, but if you really do the thinking properly, you end up with very little code because you're writing only the crux. But if people are not used to getting the crux, they write a lot of code, they have to patch that, and they patch that, and they patch that, and it just becomes more and more, and then it becomes unmanageable. So the crux, as I say, comes down to understanding. Sorry, the trick is to understand the crux of the needs of the program. Once you get that, that becomes small, little code, little everything. There's almost nothing to test in the end.
I'd like to put a word forward for the toadstools as a representative of the toadstools. Also, people need to like see this approach before they can maybe,
Absolutely.
otherwise they gotta live your programming experience before they can come up with it for themselves, right? So,
That's true also. So I saw a friend of mine I went to visit him on Saturday, and he's a guy I worked with in Taiwan. And what he did when he was in Taiwan is he told his boss, so they had just had this team that had completely, utterly failed, that asked for the bestest, latest, softwares and computers so because they were going to write this awesome software, and they failed. And the company virtually went bankrupt. But they had Minty, and he said, look, we need to get this guy from Australia. So they brought me in as the chief architect. And then I did exactly what I just told you. I worked out the crux of it. I did my market research to see the competition. I understood exactly what we needed, wrote the crux of it, and they built around that. Right? And it got done in a time where I remember the manager from the head office, he said, it's not possible. They can't possibly do it in the time they've been given. Only 5 guys. You can't. We did. In fact, not only that, during that process, the salesman said, "Oh, there's an expo. It needs to be ready before the due date so that we can show it at the expo." So we did. Then I came back to Australia, finished off here anyway. I just came here anyway and finished it off, and then I left the company because I discussed it with the pressure they put us under. Minty then said what they needed to do, because I'd written it on my laptop, and they needed a server farm. So that, okay, let's dig into this. This is going to be work's cut out for us. Within a day, having never looked at my code before, they had figured out exactly where to cut out my code and put it in the server farm. I think it may have been in the same day they already had the server farm. Because the user interface was so clearly separated from the business layer, they could see exactly where to make the cut in the code and go, okay, let's put that there, and let's have a way to talk to the business layer, and we just have that on each server. Oh, it works. It was so easy for them. And he said, by contrast, another project he worked on, there was, of course, something called Family Mart, and it was a Japanese sort of what's it called? Corner store company, franchise. They want to spread into Taiwan, and so they bought up a Taiwanese corner store franchise, and we're going to rebrand it. And the Taiwanese said, well, okay, but we're going to use our software and you've got to deal with that. And you're going to pay us because you want to buy it, you have to pay us to modify it so that, it will work with your software. So they were forced to do that. The Family Mart I don't remember if Family Mart was the Japanese or the Taiwanese one, but the Japanese company was forced into doing this. And Minty said to the boss, you need an architect. You need that. No, we don't need that. We've got skilled developers. Same attitude as I find in pretty much every workplace here in Australia. Same attitude. No. We've got we've got skilled developers. But they didn't take the time to really think through the project and architect it cleanly. So when they came to release date, it failed within seconds. Now we're talking multi-million dollars a day here.
Just say that again, Pete. When it came to release date, what?
When it came to release date, like they were going to demo this to their new owners, it failed in seconds.
Yes, so I thought you said, yeah.
Yeah, seconds. Oh, that's not good. So they try to fix it. So fix that. Now it will run. Failed in seconds again. Some other problem. And it just kept on going. And it kept on going for 2 months. And eventually they failed. And the only way they could, and of course, after 2 months, they had to pay a fine. And then the Japanese company said, look, you owe us all the money that we've paid you, plus the fine. The only way you can pay it is just hand yourselves over. We own your company now. So that's what happened. So the Taiwanese company was basically obliterated, just completely taken over by the Japanese company because the IT department didn't have a proper software architect. So that's how important it can be to have that real think through upfront. Now, I was at BeerCon, I was talking to this girl from China. I was trying to explain to her, Beer Ops, sorry, last Tuesday. I was trying to explain to her the importance of having software architects. And unfortunately, it was only a few days later that I was talking to Minty, and I sort of had this refresher of this these case studies, if you like. But that's how important it is. But people just think, oh no, but we've got skilled developers. We'll just wing it. And you can't. You need to know what you're doing. Like when I look at Frank's code here, he knows what he's dealing with. Excuse me, but your code has a lot of redundancy in it. Like that's not necessary. It can be compressed a lot, but he knows what he's dealing with. So, and there's a lot in there. It's not a simple project.
Well,
but he knows what he's dealing with, and so the one project survives for ages and grows.
What does today? Yeah, for me that won't work because in the dairy sometimes you can't like the dairy and the farmer and somebody else, but it's cut off there.
Yeah. So that's designed only for like within. Actually, you could if you have events going across a network. If you have a network, which you don't have.
That's right. You don't have it.
Yeah.
So what we do there, we can actually do it, but you have the thing between the two. There to say that each person can work only one cow at a time, or things like that.
Yeah.
So how to do it. Otherwise, otherwise you won't go with it.
Yeah.
And
so,
in the dairy, while in the dairy itself,
you focus on
stop it straight away while they're in the dairy.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're in trouble.
But the thing is, though, that's still an architecture
It is.
that overcomes the problem of not having open communications all the time.
Correct.
So it's still an open architecture, and that's the sort of thing that I'm talking about.
That's right. You have to do it.
So you need to, and clearly the Family Mart, they didn't even consider that, and they had all the internet they needed.
Yeah. So there's just ways of doing it. Yeah, you've got to be careful of these things all the time.
Yeah.
Every single thing can go wrong. That's what
So anyway, I
Yeah,
hope
but
I haven't been
I sent him a message today, like, you don't have to be like renting out a room or know anyone who's renting out a room.
yeah, so I hope I'm not sort of being tedious saying the same thing all the time, but I think it is actually a very important point.
Yeah.
But to try to answer John's question, this is I think that's this is why it's not done more often.
Mm.
Is because people don't they like Paul said, people haven't experienced it. They don't know. They don't know
Yeah. Well, see, that's the top down, bottom up thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like any alteration made at the top of the hierarchy tree is 10 or 100 times more difficult to do than a change at the bottom. So guys, they want to see output. So they go along with all these things, but then there's a change at the top, and they've got to throw a decent percentage of their work out. And
And yeah, but the problem there usually is that they haven't thought out the top properly in the first place.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's where your architect comes in.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So you don't have to throw away
Yes.
substantial portions.
The government come along and say one little thing there, the tax thing of TST or something, and you're in trouble a whole lot now.
Okay. But there again, a really clean architecture.
You've got it.
You can still
That's
add in
right.
those changes.
But a lot of them didn't though.
No. And
Actually, that I can give I mean, it's not the same as what you've done here, but this program from 1993, is it 90 or 1990 or something or other, written in Turbo Pascal, right?
yeah.
That, oops, look, has run every single day since we got it. Like
Yeah.
still to today, every single day.
Yeah.
And looks like, oops, no, like, customers,
Mm.
this sort of thing, right? Um, so 1990, it wasn't designed for, um,
I haven't seen that sort of user interface in many, many years.
wasn't devi was not de designed for GST, right?
That's right.
The guy from Perth who wrote this, Neil Goody, um, it was in Turbo Pascal, and it was when I went, like the reason I started in Delphi with Delphi 5 was because of GST. We were creating you know, a solution for the business. But this one, so that we have shops and we have home customers. So like, shop fronts, and then individual houses that we deliver to. And this program took care of the home customers, and I was able to change like a single record pretty much in a single procedure to allow the whole thing to keep track of GST, and then a few little like things on forms.
Now that's good architecture. And good architecture isn't a new concept. It's kind of like a forgotten art, I find. It's forgotten because people just can't be bothered learning it.
I mean, in this
The
particular
young
case, I
ones,
guess
that
you'd say it was modular.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So,
the modular just means that,
tell
so
me,
like for example, when you get the top-down thing wrong, which does happen, because it's modular, you don't have to destroy everything. It's like, oh, we'll just one layer down, we'll just remove that module and put in what's supposed to be there. Because it's modular, you can do that. If it's all spaghettify, you rip that out and you have all these tendrils going to the rest of the program, and you just rip out the guts of the whole thing. The whole point of a modular is that you can go, oh, yeah, we made a mistake there. We'll just take that out, put in a new one, and the rest of the program doesn't even need to know that we changed anything.
Easy.
hey, so Pete, what do you think of Agile?
Sorry,
What do you
again?
think of the Agile methodology of doing software?
I
Everybody,
think I think the workplaces I've been in have done it wrong because they do it from the very beginning. In my opinion, you need a hybrid. You begin with effectively like the waterfall, you analyze, you understand, and then you do the architecture. From that point onwards, then when you're beginning to code, then you use the agile to actually code it out. But you first need to know what you're supposed to aim at in the first place. When people do agile from the very start, they go, oh, the product owner needs something they can play with because they want to feel comfortable. They've got something. So we'll show to the product owner. Each sprint, you show something to the product owner. And there's got to be something they can play with. That's incorrect. It should not be that way. So that's where they get it wrong. It's not the agile that's the problem. It's how people use it. And they use it from start to finish. That's the problem. They shouldn't use it at the start. That's my opinion.
I have a question about this software we've been looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying about understanding the problem completely
Yep.
and then, coming at it from this direction. So I'm being like a reporter now. Does that give you, what are the aspects of that that give you flexibility, and are there any aspects of it that constrain you from change, from like future change?
Usually when you find the crux of it, the actual crux, you have a lot of flexibility in your architecture. You go, as long as it achieves this and that, the rest is open. These are the things it needs to be able to do. And this is the data I need. And someone comes along and says, I need more data. I need this other functionality. All right, we'll just add that in. As long as it does those things, this and maybe a third thing or something like that, that's the crux of it. So in this example here, what I wanted was to be able to have a collection of T persons with that data. I told you, if you want more data, add more data. You want more functionality in a person, add more functionality in the person. It's there. You just add it. You want to add age. You want to work out if they're legal age and functions like that. Plug them in. You want anything else? You just plug it in. You just add it. It's not a problem. Flexibility is there. It's available to you. But what is there that will limit you? Well, I've deliberately put in things such as you can only save using the factory, the person factory. But that's deliberate so that the person factory can run through. There's one point in which you save a person, and that's in the T person factory save person or something like that.
Yep.
And that's where you can put in your checks and balances to make sure that what you're saving is valid data, for example. So the constraints that are there are deliberate constraints, but you don't actually have any limitations. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like there might be different axes upon which. So once this program exists, so needing different data, that's like a data axis. That's
Yeah.
tick in the box, right?
Yeah.
And adding and well, we've already got adding, and deleting wouldn't be a problem either, right?
That's right.
I'm just trying to think.
So if you wanted averages or counts, let's say you had age in there and you want to know how many of them are under 18, for example, and stuff like that, right? Then you can add those functionalities as well.
Yeah, okay. So that would be
Stopping you from doing that.
like a collective view on top of the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
there could be images or that sort of thing.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep.
What if there was somehow an aspect of asynchronous, I'm not exactly sure how.
So for example, asynchronous data storage.
I'm I, I'm trying to think, what do I mean? Maybe if like when you were to there was a delay, say maybe between requesting a customer and actually like
I
landing the
suppose
data or something like that, perhaps?
if these things weren't just people, independent people, what if they depended upon each other in some way? Some way. Well, that's something you then have to deal with as a separate kind of functionality. This is all about being a collection of them. That's what I'm talking about, the crux of them. Then there may be other things you do as well. So let's say they were dependent of each other, or there has to be some delay or something like that. Maybe you check with some other server that the information that's gone in is correct before you truly update and things like that. That's got nothing to do with this list. Hence the modularity.
Yeah, yeah. Just when you were saying that, I was thinking maybe if you were to maybe make some change, but then somehow blockchain like or whatever,
Hmm.
that there was some heavy calculation that had to
Hmm.
be done before it could get registered, and perhaps there was an acknowledgement that came back to you to say this thing's been cemented in.
Yeah.
You see any difficulties in massaging this to
I don't see what you if you need to do that, then the save just isn't committed until you've got that go ahead.
you just have like a pending status sort of thing?
Yeah, that's right. But the crux of having a list of them isn't going to change. Anyway, I need to go to the toilet again. So I've been in pain repeatedly, so I've
Oh,
got to go.
Oh, you need to go.
No, no,
we're
no, no.
literally extracting blood from you.
Mhm.
But this is a great time to cap this off. This was
Okay.
way more result than I ever like. I just I just said like, well, this was going to be our note. I should just like be online a little bit in case
Okay.
people were. I wasn't even intending like any sort of presentation or that sort of thing, other
Yeah.
than just playing around with some code, maybe. And this has been amazing and beyond our expectation, our wildest expectations. It's great.
Yeah, well, I've learned plenty here. Thank you, Peter. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
And
Well,
especially if you're not
I
going to
hope it
be here
helps.
next week.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
make your apologies for us. We'll say you got so burnt out by
I
long
just
but
had to flee the
time,
country.
you needed to take a week off.
For a
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
Well, we will eat cake for you. How's
Okay.
that? We promise.
All right.
So see you when you get back, bro.
Yeah. Cheers.
It's
Well, I
been
mean, I might see you next week or next month or something like that. If you want me to present, I can do that from Sweden too, you know.
Yeah. And I'll give you a ring, Frank, and work out just what suburb are you in now?
Well, no, no, I'll get
Yeah, don't say it on video.
mail to you. Yeah, I'll
You'll
tell
dox
you.
us.
I'll tell you shortly. Yeah.
We'll chase up on email or text message.
Where to find you? Yeah,
Dianella.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I've got to go urgently. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Have a great night. And
Okay.
Good night.
Bye, boys.
Thanks for putting up with me.
Okay, we'll see you then.
cheers,
Next
Frank.
week, maybe. Yep. Take care.
And thanks for showing the code as well.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, there.